Have you ever met a woman who seems charming and kind on the surface, yet leaves you feeling uneasy and drained after every interaction? Chances are you've encountered the toxic fog of a covert narcissistic woman. In this video, we'll pull back the curtain to expose 10 subtle tactics that these masters of manipulation often use. From sweet talk to sudden outbursts, from blind jealousy to uncanny blame-shifting skills, we'll break down each strategy they employ to control and harm their victims. Stay tuned to arm yourself with the knowledge to protect yourself, recognize the red flags, and break free from toxic relationships. But before we dive in, let me extend a warm welcome to all the new members of our channel. Your presence is a huge source of motivation for us. This is a space dedicated to those who are eager to grow and improve themselves through sharing and gaining knowledge. Every time I share, I also learn from the valuable interactions I have with all of you. If this is your first visit, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to become part of our community and explore more fascinating topics together. Phase 1. Captivating you. A narcissistic woman believes she's exceptional, and she knows how to make you believe it too. She appears as the epitome of charm, wit, intelligence, and allure, making it hard for you to look away. Think back to when you first met her. Did you find her irresistibly captivating and charming? That's because she has a talent for awakening the strongest emotions within you, even igniting desires you didn't know you had. Her allure isn't just about her intelligence or engaging personality, it also lies in her subtle use of sexuality as a weapon. She skillfully draws you into a world of intense passion and exhilarating sensations, seemingly straight out of a dream. This seductive attack is akin to an artful bait, but this time it happens in the bedroom. Alternatively, she may present herself as an angelic figure, exuding kindness, love, trustworthiness, and integrity. But don't be deceived by this flawless facade, as beneath it lies a completely different person. She'll go to great lengths to convince you and everyone else that she's generous, selfless, and caring. However, this is all part of an elaborate act, a meticulously crafted illusion. She may frequently boast about her charitable deeds, from helping the poor to caring for the homeless. Social media will be filled with glamorous displays of her goodness. But remember, truly kind people don't seek recognition or validation. They perform good deeds quietly because it comes from the heart, not as a tool for self-promotion. A covert narcissistic woman cannot do the same. Every noble act she performs must be acknowledged and praised, satisfying her insatiable thirst for admiration. To her, kindness is merely a means to an end, a selfish goal masked as altruism. The ace up her sleeve during this phase is a masterful performance of vulnerability. She will open up to you in a way that seems unprecedentedly sincere, sharing intimate stories, past traumas, and deep-seated insecurities that she's never revealed to anyone before. This happens so quickly it overwhelms you, making you feel like you've been granted a rare and unique privilege. This is the pivotal moment. How you respond will determine the fate of the relationship. If you express empathy, care, and a desire to protect her, she'll know she's succeeded in casting you as the receiver. You'll feel special, strong, and like the only person capable of saving her from her past wounds and offering her love and security. It's hard to resist the pull of a woman who appears to be yearning for protection, isn't it? But beware, sometimes vulnerability is merely a manipulation tactic, a trap designed to draw you into the emotional vortex she's weaving. You may find yourself unable to leave because you're constantly proving your worth to her and, ultimately, to yourself. You'll pour your time, money, energy, and other resources into solving this puzzle, hoping to achieve the ultimate prize, her unconditional love and acceptance. This game usually ends one of two ways. Either you're discarded without a second thought once she grows bored and finds a new prey, or you're trapped in a toxic relationship with your spirit eroded by her manipulation and control. Don't mistake her caring gestures and kind words as genuine. While she's playing the role of the ideal partner, she's also quietly creating a detailed emotional map of you. Every question she asks, every seemingly trivial conversation, is a calculated trap to extract information. Her goal isn't understanding or empathy, but to gather ammunition for future manipulations. Every lingering pain, every scar from your past, every hidden fear deep in your subconscious will be catalogued and used to control you with precision. Remember, in this game of love, information is power, and a narcissist always craves having it at their fingertips. Phase 2. Drawing you deeper into the relationship. Once she senses you've taken the bait, she'll execute a calculated move of pretending to withdraw, leaving you longing for more. This is a deliberate ploy to push you into a position of vulnerability, making you chase her and seek her attention. When you return, she'll tighten her grip on you with a dramatic act. She might accuse you of hurting her or play the role of a fragile victim, afraid of being hurt again. This is all designed to awaken your rescuer instinct, making you feel responsible for protecting and healing her emotional wounds. She'll cleverly extract promises from you, commitments of undying love and absolute loyalty. Once you've made these grand declarations, you've fully fallen into her trap, becoming the prey in the elaborate game of love she's orchestrating. She will even weaponize your masculinity against you. Through subtle and calculated remarks, she'll plant distorted ideas about manhood in your mind. You'll feel pressure to fit into a rigid mold, where strength means suppressing emotions, ignoring your pain, and tolerating mistreatment. She might criticize your ability to provide for your family or protect your loved ones, making you feel inadequate and unworthy. Each time you dare to express vulnerability or share feelings, especially negative ones about her behavior, she'll dismiss you with comments like, "Man up," or "You're supposed to be strong." In the worst cases, she may use sophisticated gaslighting techniques to make you doubt your memory and perception. You'll start believing that enduring her abuse and poor treatment is your duty as a real man. If you're in a relationship with a narcissistic woman, whether you're dating or married, and grew up around a mother or other female figure with similar traits, you might have internalized the idea that this is just how women are. This belief is incredibly dangerous, as it can keep you stuck in a toxic relationship longer than necessary. When you think all women are selfish, manipulative, and controlling, breaking up may feel pointless. All women are like this, so I might as well endure this one, you tell yourself. But that's not true. Not all women have these toxic narcissistic traits. Accepting and enduring an unhealthy relationship because of past experiences is a mistake. Remember, you deserve a healthy relationship where you are loved, respected, and valued. Don't let past assumptions or experiences prevent you from seeking real happiness. Phase 3. She employs the push and pull strategy. Once she has hooked you, she transitions to the anchoring phase, leveraging your integrity and sense of responsibility. She continuously reminds you of the promises you made and the commitments to an everlasting love, using these to bind and control you. Under the guise of being a fragile, vulnerable woman, she frequently demands reassurance and protection from you. "I'm so scared. I need you by my side," she will say, making you feel obligated to unconditionally protect and care for her. When your trust is fully secured, she begins to test the waters. She'll drop test bombs, forcing you to constantly prove your loyalty and willingness to sacrifice. You become like a mouse being toyed with by a cat, pulled into a psychological game without even realizing it. The cycle of push and pull abuse officially begins. Sweet one moment, cruel the next. She keeps you spinning in a whirlwind of conflicting emotions. You're left in a constant state of insecurity, unsure of her true self. Her goal is to break your confidence, make you doubt yourself, and ultimately render you completely dependent on her. You'll fear expressing your opinions or standing up for yourself, worried about triggering her wrath and facing severe punishment. Just when you feel drained and ready to let go, she reappears, sweet and loving, just like in the beginning. Like a cat releasing its prey only to catch it again, she knows exactly how to pull you back into this toxic cycle. Phase 4. Comparing you to others. A covert narcissistic woman constantly uses an invisible measuring stick to compare you and your relationship with others. No matter how much you do, how much money you spend, or how much time and energy you devote, it will never be enough. The harder you try, the more you feel unworthy and unappreciated. To her, the grass is always greener on the other side. Her ex was more romantic. Her friends are happier and her colleagues are more successful than you. Every compliment she gives others or act of care she shows someone else feels like a knife cutting into your self-esteem. Meanwhile, she contributes the bare minimum or nothing at all to the relationship. She only demands, complains, and criticizes while acting as though she's carrying all the weight. Her intentional or seemingly offhand comparisons make you feel like you're always wrong, always inadequate, and undeserving of love and happiness. You become trapped in a loop of trying to prove yourself, seeking her approval. The more you try, the deeper you sink into the quicksand of insecurity and self-doubt. Phase 5. Isolating you from others. Her jealousy flares up whenever you give attention to anyone else, even your own children. She'll threaten, berate, or pretend to leave, leaving you spinning in guilt and anxiety. Over time, you become her property, responsible for ensuring her happiness and maintaining her perfect image in front of others. You're expected to meet all her needs without receiving anything in return but emotional abuse and manipulation. Ironically, your best qualities, kindness, responsibility, and loyalty, become double-edged swords in this relationship. She exploits these traits to control and drain you. You stay because of promises, because of the illusion of saving her, but in reality, you're imprisoning yourself in a toxic cycle. Face the truth courageously. This isn't love, it's disguised emotional abuse. Every day you remain in this relationship, you inflict harm on yourself. Leave as soon as you can. If you're fortunate enough to escape, never look back. Cutting all ties with the narcissist is the only way to protect yourself and heal from the emotional wounds. Phase 6. Making you jealous. A covert narcissistic woman can be extremely jealous, but she's equally skilled at making you jealous. This contradictory tactic serves to both satisfy her need for control and test your loyalty. If you don't show jealousy when she flirts with others or boasts about her admirers, she'll accuse you of being indifferent, uncaring, or even unfaithful. She wants you to burn with jealousy, constantly proving your love and claiming her as yours. Ironically, she may be the unfaithful one. Her jealousy stems from a desire for control, not genuine love. If you dare to question her suspicious behavior, she'll easily deflect by saying, "You're just being jealous." Stage 7. You are always at fault in conversations with her. Have you ever felt drained and confused after a conversation with a covertly narcissistic woman? That's no coincidence, but rather a sophisticated tactic she uses to manipulate and control you. Conversations with her often feel endless, meandering, and exhausting. The more you try to resolve issues or find solutions, the more she steers the discussion in her favor. You'll find yourself trapped in a psychological whirlwind where logic is twisted and truths are flipped upside down. By the end of every conversation, you are left feeling self-critical and guilty. She masterfully shifts responsibility onto you for every problem, conflict, or even her own negative emotions. You'll end up bearing the blame for betrayals, abandonment, and the hurts she acts out. In the upside-down world of a covertly narcissistic woman, white can become black, and wrong can transform into right. She is a master at shifting blame, always finding ways to dodge accountability by throwing it onto you. If she cheats, you're the one who betrayed. If she neglects the children, you're accused of being an uncaring father. If she lies, you're branded as the dishonest one. She distorts the truth and twists narratives to portray herself as the victim in every situation. You'll get pulled into an endless blame game where you're always at fault, no matter the actual facts. This is a signature move of a covert narcissistic woman to evade responsibility and maintain her perfect image. Stay vigilant and don't allow yourself to be dragged into these draining, futile conversations. Remember, you are not obligated to solve all her problems, nor are you her emotional dumping ground. Stage 8. She always exaggerates everything. A storm in a teacup, a volcano erupting from a grain of sand. These metaphors perfectly capture how a covert narcissistic woman blows things out of proportion. From the smallest details, she can create massive arguments that leave you overwhelmed and drained. She constantly amplifies situations, conjuring the worst-case scenarios. If you try to soothe or objectively assess the situation, she will immediately pull you back into the spiral of negativity. She is always looking for flaws, hidden threats, and interpreting neutral signals as impending disasters. Her goal is not to find solutions, but to elicit your sympathy and support. She wants you to validate her victim narrative, sinking with her into negative emotions and dramatizing everything. The result? She creates chaos and conflict everywhere all the time. And then she accuses you of being insensitive, unsupportive, or indifferent. No matter what you do, you're always being in the wrong. Stage 9. Unleashing hidden rages. Beneath a seemingly gentle, calm exterior lies a simmering volcano waiting to erupt at the slightest spark. A covertly narcissistic woman suppresses her anger so well that you may think she's in control of her emotions, but in reality, it's the calm before the storm. When the volcano erupts, it's beyond control. Her words can become sharp daggers, cutting deep into your self-esteem. Hostility can surface unexpectedly through her gaze, gestures, or even violent actions, sweeping away everything in its path like a fierce storm. The space you once thought was safe becomes an emotional hell, filled with fear, overwhelm, and helplessness. The scariest part is her unpredictability. You never know what spark might trigger her fury. A seemingly harmless comment, a minor action, or even your silence. She'll back you into a corner with relentless attacks, from cruel words to explosive actions, leaving you no time or opportunity to respond. And when the storm subsides, she'll revert to a fragile, wounded facade, making you question if you were the one at fault. This is how she traps you in her chaotic vortex, where you can no longer distinguish reality from illusion, or figure out how to escape. Stage 10. Everyone else is deceived, but not you. She is a master of deception, capable of transforming herself into the ideal figure everyone wants to trust, love, and admire. Her charming appearance, gentle eyes, friendly smile, and sweet words all are perfectly and meticulously orchestrated. She knows how to manipulate the emotions of those around her, using every gesture and word to construct an image of kindness, love, and reliability. Acts of care, assistance, and even sacrifice are all tools to mask her selfishness and frightening manipulative abilities. To the outside world, she appears flawless and trustworthy, an embodiment of goodness and integrity. But not to you. You are the only one who has peeled back her mask, layer by layer, uncovering the truth behind her perfect facade. You've realized that behind the sweet words lies control, behind the gentle gestures lies manipulation, and behind the image of the perfect woman lies a person who prioritizes herself above all else. You may have once believed her, been drawn into the world she created, but now you understand. It was all a performance. Her compliments, seemingly selfless actions, all serve her need to be admired, worshipped, and never challenged. The truth is clear. You are not the only person she has deceived. Her world is a grand stage where every relationship is built on lies and calculated moves. Others may be swept along, but you are the one who has seen the cracks in her perfect mask. You notice the contradictions in her words, the insincerity in her eyes, and the emptiness behind her bright smile. She is an expert actress, but you are no longer an easily fooled audience. You see through the lies and manipulations she uses to construct her image. You are no longer drawn into her narrative or captivated by the flawless facade she presents. And that is precisely why she fears you, because you are no longer a pawn she can control in her game. You've uncovered the person behind the act, a woman who lives for herself, willing to sacrifice anything, even the truth, to maintain the image she wants others to believe. And now, you know that your power lies in no longer allowing yourself to be manipulated or swayed by her honeyed words. These are 10 common toxic tactics often seen in covertly narcissistic women. Hopefully, this article has given you the insight to recognize and protect yourself from such harmful relationships. Remember, you deserve love and respect. Never let anyone, not even a narcissist, undermine your worth. If you are trapped in a relationship with a narcissist, do not hesitate to seek support from loved ones, friends, or mental health professionals. You are not alone on this journey. Wishing you the strength and wisdom to overcome challenges and find happiness for yourself.